Well, hello, Pink Ladies. I thought I would bring my episode today from my jewelry room in here. It's really nice and cozy, and I was surprised after the few mild days we've been having, but we are in November, so it's starting to feel a little more like November today. To me, it's been just a little bit chilly, but I've got the little heater on here that's clicking on and off, so I don't know if y'all can even hear it in the background. It's pretty quiet though. Um, Before we start the episode today, I always bring to you guys a song first, and today I chose off my Spotify uh, playlist. I've got like a ton of Stevie Nicks songs because anybody that even remotely knows me or knows me personally knows I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan. So I'm playing her song Crystal this morning. Of course, spelt with a C and not a K like my name. But I've just always liked this song. It has so much of a deeper meaning than just water. But my element is water. I'm mostly water with a little bit of earth too. But so very natural, very grounded. Anything tranquil, anything water, I'm just like, I'm drawn to it. I'm just drawn to water. So, of course, I would be a huge fan of this song, just the lyrics. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and play you guys this song. This is Stevie Nicks, Crystal. And then we'll get started with the episode. And I'll get some things, I guess, talk to you guys about a lot of stuff this episode and a lot of stuff we did this weekend or that. So, but anyway, here's the song, and I'll be back. Do you always trust your first initial feeling? Special knowledge holds true, bears believing. I turned around and the water was closing all around like a glove, like the love that had finally found me. And I knew in the crystalline knowledge of you drove me through the mountain, through the crystal like a clear water fountain, drove me like a magnet to the sea, to the sea, to the sea. How the faces of love change, turning the pages, and I have changed. All but you remain ageless. I turn around and the water was closing all around like a glove, like a glove that had finally found me. And I knew in the crystalline knowledge of you drove me through the mountains, through the crystal like a clear water fountain, is about to be done, so let's see. This song was also in the Practical Magic movie, which one of my favorite movies. Love that movie. Such a good movie to watch. I forgot about that one too to watch around Halloween. It's just kind of a sweet, cute movie. So, very different from the book though. I found the Practical Magic book on the Libby app and got it and listened to it. And I listen to a lot of audio books now, so I actually have time to enjoy some books and be able to just listen to them. So that's been really amazing. But yeah, it was a lot different than the movie. Way different. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. And then we'll get started this morning. Hope y'all had a wonderful weekend and a good week last week. Let me think. We had a really good weekend, but Sean was busy a lot. But he did manage to take me out. Saturday evening, we drove to, excuse me, it's Morgan Maumelle. It's that exit. That's why I always call it Morgan Maumelle, but that's where the Jim's Razorback Pizza is that we really like. So we took we took the long drive there and back, and it was just a really nice evening. So I really enjoyed it. And Sunday we did stay home this time, and it's probably a good thing. Sean had 2 very early morning emergency calls. His radio went off. And he got back from one and was going to get some rest. Then they got another call in, medical call, and so they had to go to that and help this lady that she fell and couldn't get back up, and her husband were elderly and he couldn't get her up, and it was just a bad situation. She ended up, they had to call an ambulance for her, and there was a lot of health issues going on. So he was pretty exhausted when he got home, and he was still sleeping when I woke up at 7:30 and started letting the dogs down to go out and that. So we just stayed home yesterday, and I got quite a bit done. I needed to do some cleaning in our upstairs hallway and move some stuff around, and cleaned out a long wood kind of box that the lid lifts up, and that you can, well, I'm using it to put sheets and pillowcases and all that stuff in, so I've got a better place than where I had them. So, because I like to try to keep up with that too. I've got a lot of different sheets, pillowcases, and blankets and comforters and things, because I like to change it up each week. And I just like to wash my bedding once a week. So, and keep that going. So I'm kind of I guess in a way I always say that, yeah, I'm kind of free spirited and I'm a hippie gypsy soul, but I'm also an old soul and a bit old fashioned, I think, some in the ways that I think, and I'm a bit of a traditional woman versus the modern woman, meaning that I like those little old notions. I like to clean and I like to cook and just take care of my home and try to keep it nice, or even like my little room back here, keep it decorated the way I would like. And this room has definitely become Crystal's room, and Annabelle, my Annabelle Lee, who was renamed, and from a Stevie Nicks song, of course, Annabelle Lee. So, which I found fascinating. I've always kind of liked the song, and it was kind of like this mystical, just really pretty song, and almost a haunting song. So I Googled about how she came up with that song and came up with what it was. Well, apparently Stevie Nicks is a huge poetry, and like she likes Edgar Allan Poe. And Edgar Allan Poe had wrote this poem, Annabelle Lee, about his wife that died, and she was like the love of his life. And so Stevie Nicks kind of took that poem and added her own flair, and came up with the song Annabelle Lee. I don't know if anybody else is a fan or if they knew that, but there you go. So, and today I'm off. Usually I'm off on Mondays and Thursdays. Then I have my three little part-time days. I work 10 hours a week. A lot of y'all that already know me or have seen previous episodes know that I have some health issues. I've got chronic pain issues from untreated scoliosis that as I've gotten older, it's set in and it's causing issues because I've had x-rays, I've had an MRI, and it's basically not too much you can do about it. I've got lumbago and I've got sciatica of the right side, and that causes a lot of chronic pain issues for me. I've got, I'm pretty sure plantar fasciitis in definitely my right foot, but some in my left too, because my heels have hurt a lot, and I have to find the right shoes to wear most of the time. No more just like, oh, these shoes are so cute, they're to die for. Not anymore. Now that I'm older, they have to be comfortable, but I do still try to look for the cute factor when I can find it, but comfort comes first now, unfortunately. But so I think I may have heel spurs, but like I've told y'all in previous episodes, and I'm getting closer to it now, but my foot doctor appointment in Searcy with I think it's Dr. Clothier, but it's December the 8th, so I'm getting closer to it now, so. And my mother-in-law got me some really cute shoes last Saturday when we were out at Walmart, and they're fuzzy on the inside and have a bit of a heel, but they're just raised, so they're comfortable, and that you just slide into them. They're kind of like a mule, but they do have a heel strap if you want to use it, but I just usually slide them on, and they are actually very comfortable for my feet, and they're actually kind of cute. So it was a win-win, and she got those for me as an early birthday present. So, because my birthday is not till December the 28th, but that was really sweet and really nice. So, oh, let me take a drink of my drink here. I got these Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar. Let me see if I can put it. Yeah, there we go. They're actually pretty good. I was so disappointed because I went to Cash Saver yesterday, did a little bit of grocery shopping, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll go down the aisle. The last week that I was there, I'm serious, y'all, just a week has gone by. I had gone, and I was like, oh, they got holiday vanilla Coke Zeros, and I have to have the zero sugar with my diabetes. So I go back. They don't have them. They're sold out, y'all. I was just like, are you kidding me? No. And everywhere I've gone, and I've gone to Walmart and Heber, and I've gone to the Cash Saver in Searcy, and Searcy had them, but they didn't have the zero sugar ones. They only had the regular. But the Cash Saver in Heber Springs had the zero sugar, and now they're completely out. So I guess the next time they're there, whether I need drinks or not, I'm getting them. See, the week I was there, I was like, oh, well, I've got plenty of drinks right now. I've got, my regular Coke Zero. So I'll just come back next week and get them. Lesson learned, y'all, because apparently these holiday vanilla are very good, and people just snatched them up, and now there's none there. So, but the guy told me the Coca-Cola guy, or the ones that stocks the drinks or whatever, should be coming today or tomorrow. So I don't know, but I have a doctor's appointment in Conway tomorrow, so I doubt I'll go then, but I sure wish I could find them somewhere. If the next place I find them, I'm getting me a case, because they've got to be good to be going like hotcakes. So anyway, but like I said, I'm off today. I'm usually off Mondays and Thursdays, but I am off tomorrow. I put that in because I have a neurologist appointment. So, and he's going to go over a lot of the findings with my MRI, which of course I already knew. I had the report and I'd seen everything. And it was pretty much like he thought it was going to be. He said, I believe you may have some sciatic, what they call sciatica, sciatic nerve pain. And we're going to do an MRI of your back. Which he was also very concerned about the lower back and lumbago. So I have both of those issues going on. So it's just been crazy. And just continued prayers. I think I talked to y'all on the last episode, but yeah, I remember giving y'all the news, but no, I was denied by the judge this time, even though we had a ton of medical evidence from my doctor and my files. It just wasn't in the cards this time. But my law team, she told me, my paralegal, I've been in a lot of contact with her over this. I've been fighting this for a year and a half. Well, basically after about the first six months from when I filed, I got denied doing it by myself. So that's when I got my lawyer, which they're very good. And so I'm always in contact with my paralegal. She does a lot of the work and the legwork on everything. But she told me, she said, I don't want you to be nervous or anxious or worried, because we're going to keep fighting for you until we win this. And as long as you're willing and ready to keep going and keep fighting for it, which I am. I told her, I said, I'm not giving up. And she said, good. We will eventually win this thing. It's going to happen. And she's kind of hoping for a new judge, but she said a lot of times they give you the same judge so that they can correct their mistakes. But we just keep fighting it. And like I said, I've got my neurologist appointment tomorrow with Dr. Ali to go over all those results with me, and I guess just talk about, I don't think there's really much you can do for it. He prescribed a different pain medication, but I didn't want to take it. I do my gummy and that, and I didn't want to take some strong thing. And at first, he was going to try to give me the gabapentin, and I just don't want to, because I took it when Dr. McBay prescribed it, but I only took it for about 3 weeks, and it broke me out. I had itchy red rash all over me, and it revved up my anxiety. I couldn't take it. Now, my husband, he does fine with it. He was prescribed it for his back pain, shoulder pain, and also his migraines. Yes, it does help migraines. You can Google that. It does help. But Dr. McBay prescribed that for him about a year, actually probably over a year ago now. But he's done fine with it. But me, I'm allergic to it or something. I couldn't take it. I had to quit. Then he had said, well, if you're allergic to it, there's this. And he sent it over, but I told him to just put it back at the pharmacy. I had made the decision that I was going to stay more with my natural pain relief, because I've had an episode where I've told y'all before about my medical card and my medical gummies I get. But they're a 5-in-1, and they've helped me, honestly, more than a lot of other stuff. The meloxicam helped at first, but it doesn't even touch the pain now. I mean, I might as well not take anything, and it was messing up my stomach. So I quit the meloxicam, and I just take my gummy, and that's really, really helped me a lot. And I don't have all the stomach issues anymore. All my stomach issues have been a lot better. Things are healing, I think, and it's just been a better choice for me. So that's what I do. So it's my gummies at night, which I've got my gummy that I take, and then during the day, I found that the Tylenol rapid release seems to help during the day a little bit. It's always there, but it helps. And of course, at night the gummy helps, and it is a 5-in-1, so it's doing all these good things for me, and I sleep really well. So, but anyway, I guess I need to move on from that. But let's see. This morning I got dressed and I was looking on my shelf and I was like, oh, because it's kind of hid behind some other bottles and things. I was like, oh, that's a pretty nail polish. I forgot I had that. So it's just kind of a nice color for fall. So I don't know if y'all can see that. It's kind of like a red winey color, I guess. That's a nice fall color, like a purpley red. So I liked it. But anyway, I hope you, like I said, I hope y'all all had a nice week and a good weekend and got to do a lot of things. Ours was just kind of busy, and I did a lot of stuff here that needed to be done, like I said, and kind of cleaned the upstairs hallway and did some stuff, put some more, brought my hammer and nails and put some more pictures up that I needed to put up and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we got this opportunity, which was really wonderful with this house, because, gosh, we first moved in back when Gabe was 11, I want to say, and he's 17. He'll be 18 in February, if that tells you. We've been here for quite a while, and the first 2 years we had an arrangement. It was rent to own, and then after that 2 years, we bought it. So this is our home and our land. It was bought outright. We were truly blessed with being able to do that. It was a huge blessing. And so we outright own it, which is wonderful. So I don't have to worry about payments or that. And I think we're very blessed with that, because not a lot of people can say that, but we got an extremely good deal on this house and the 3 acres of land anyway. So Sean grew up knowing him. It's just an old 2-story farmhouse, so it needed some TLC and what you call a little lipstick and rouge, but the years we've been here and had it, we've really fixed it up and made it our own. Like most older homes and the money and funds, we still have projects. We still have things we need to do and flooring to put down. I had chose a color for the living room, but we're getting ready to paint the room next to it, which was a bedroom, and it technically is a bedroom, but we use it as our pod room. That's where Sean does a lot of podcasting, and he's got his art stuff set up and everything to draw, and just kind of a spare room. We do have like a little twin bed, so kind of like a little guest bed, or you can go in there and just take a little cozy nap if you wanted to nap and have a quiet place, or just that. There's been times Sean's woke up hurting really bad, so he'll go downstairs, and now we've got that little twin bed in there all, fixed up, so, and he's got a comfortable place to go if he wakes up hurting, or he wakes up and he can't get back to sleep right away, so he doesn't want to bother me, so he'll go downstairs. So it really works out. I like having that, and so we've got it set up really nice. But Sean and I picked out a color we like, and I've got the swatch in my wallet. That way I have it when we get ready to do the painting. But it's like a really pretty green color, and so we're gonna paint that room that. So now I'm kind of rethinking, like I want to paint the living room that color too, so it kind of flows into the next room. So I'm kind of thinking about that. So there's always more painting and stuff to do and things I need to finish. Starting projects, having to stop it and go back to it, and there's other flooring and stuff that we need to do. But I wouldn't take anything for this house and the love and the work we've put into it, making this our like Sean says, a big blue house in the middle of nowhere. So I mean, words can't even describe how blessed we are to have this home and to have so much room and room for our animals. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty big home. It's an older, like I said, older 2-story home, and it was built on this room back here. That's my jewelry room, was actually part of the original old house and part of the original foundation and all that. Then it was added on to other rooms, and then after it was added on to downstairs, it was built up into a 2-story. So like I said, it's truly a blessing to have so much room and to be able to have dogs. I mean, I've got 5 dogs, so having a bigger old home like this, I have plenty of room for them. So, and of course, having the land, being able to send them outside on a cable, just clip it on and let them go out the back door to have some playtime outside and be able to go do their business. And that's just been wonderful to be able to do that. So, yes, I do send them out on a cable because we do not have the yard fenced in for a dog. We have a very busy road. We are out in the country, and for the most part it's quiet, but the road is extremely busy a lot of times, so there is a lot of that, especially during the day. And this is hard to talk about because she was my baby. I love my animals. Anybody that knows me knows my heart is just like this, and especially for animals. And I was connected so badly with that dog because when we got her on the day that I found out my mom passed away. And I was like, we don't need any more dogs. You know, we've already got 2, and we got to go up for Mom's funeral and that. But Sean was like, well, come out and look at them. They're so cute. They're little lab. They're like lab and mountain cur mixes. And this little puppy, y'all, she was a little black lab with little white tipped back feet. And I said, okay, I'll get one. You got any females? And she said, they're all girls except for the boy. And the lady that owned Diamond took the only boy. And he looked more brindle because they were mixed with mountain cur. And I said, okay, I'll take one of the little girls then. And this little puppy, she looked at me. I said, I'm going to name her after my mom because I found out my mom passed today and her name was Barbara Ann. So I'm going to call her Barbie Ann. And the little puppy went, and I said, okay, that's her. That's Barbie. Hand her to me, you know. And I loved her so much. And we had her, she turned 2 in that February. Well, it was Christmas morning. They had had their stockings, everything. I mean, she'd had her new toy. I still have a picture of her with her new toy in her mouth. And I had my dog Bo out on the cable, and I was trying to get him back in, you know, come on, Bo. And she never did this. I don't know why. She never did this. But the door was open ajar a little bit, and I was trying to get Bo in. And she saw another dog going by. Something happened. I don't know. But she took off out the door. And I thought, okay, it's quiet. It's Christmas morning, you know. We didn't really see much traffic out. You know, and I was like, we'll just go get her. And my husband and my stepson were going to go get her. And they got the leash. And I was getting my shoes on so I could go help. Because at the time, it was Christmas morning, y'all. We were all in our pajamas. I had, like, my house shoes on or something, or socks. So I had to go get my shoes on. And I was in the process of trying to start breakfast. So I thought I heard something outside, and I'm empathic, so I can kind of feel things, and I feel energies, and not just from people, but animals too. And I just knew something was wrong. And I went to the door and I looked out because Gabe came back in and he was white as a ghost. And I'm like, Gabe, what's going on? And he couldn't speak to me. And I opened the door and I saw Sean in the road with her. And I said, is she okay? And he said, she's gone. Go back in the house. And I'm sorry. It's still hard. I mean, it's been so long ago, but I just wanted to share this because that's what this is about, right? You know, I have some of these old issues that are still inside, and I love that dog so much because she was really special to me. And but he said, you know, she was gone, and I just collapsed on the living room floor because I couldn't believe she was gone. And I felt her, you know, I felt her energy go through me that morning. I knew when he was telling me that she was gone, so I felt it. And I'm sorry, y'all. That memory just always gets to me of that. But it hurt Sean too, but he didn't talk about it too much till that night. We went to go get something to eat. But the whole Christmas that year was just ruined. I mean, that Christmas stopped in that moment. That was it. I finished breakfast, but none of us were really that hungry. We ate, and but well, this gets happy, y'all. So don't cry too much, because it does get happy, even though I'm still sad and I miss her. So the next morning, I got up, and I mean, we just talked about it all day, the day that we lost her, that the house just didn't feel the same. And yes, we had our other dogs, and it's not that, but you have to understand that Barbie was such a presence in this house. She was just full of energy, and she was so loving, and there was just so much life in her that when she left, it was like a hole in our house, in our heart too. And my husband saw this post on Facebook, and there was pictures of them, and there was a little video, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for another one. We just lost her, you know. We had just lost her the day before. And he said, well, just look at the video. And I'm watching these puppies on this little chair playing with each other. And the ringleader, the most energetic one, was a little brown puppy right in front. And the lady had posted they were all female that she had left. And she had a black one, which that would have been too hurtful because Barbie was a black lab. And she said these are lab and German Shepherd mix. So there was a black one that had some white on her, a little bit of white, kind of like Barbie did, and that just would have been too painful for us. And then there was a white, and she kind of had some black, like a patch on her eye, and she was kind of fuzzy too, but I kind of liked her. But the brown one kept getting my attention, the chocolate one. And she had the most incredible green eyes that I've ever seen on a puppy. I've never had a dog with lighter color eyes like that. And of course, chocolate labs are known for that, to have the green eyes, especially when they're puppies. And then they're kind of like a hazel. And Dealey's eyes still kind of have that, they'll change color some. Sometimes they look green or hazel or like a light golden color, but they're not brown. They're different. So I said, well, I like that little brown one. And Sean said, that's the one I was thinking about too. And I said, well, go get her. I said, to honor Barbie, we'll give her the middle name Anne. And we were listening to a podcast, and I don't know if a lot of y'all listen to the horror anthologies or podcasts that you listen to where they're storytelling, but this was Old Gods of Appalachia, and there's characters, and I liked Glory Ann. I kind of wanted to name her Glory Ann, And he's like, well, what about the daughter or her granddaughter? Her name was Delia in the series, but everybody called her Dealey. Her mom, everybody called her Dealey. Her grandmother, Gloria Ann, called her Dealey. So, sorry, Annabelle was distracting me. She was chewing on her toy. But so anyway, we got Dealey, Delia Ann, but we call her Dealey, or Dealey Doo, or a million other things. She loves watching Scooby-Doo, and I'll leave it on for her a lot, which that's the picture of my Delia Ann on the wall right there. She is a mess, and she has been such a blessing and such a godsend for us. And she filled my heart to the point I'm extremely protective over Dealey. She just kind of became like my little daughter, and especially after losing my other one, and she just... All of our dogs love all of us, but there's some that are just like Elsa, our Pyrenees. She loves me too and loves to be pet, but she's Sean's girl, so she's a daddy's girl. Dealey loves Sean. She likes spending time with him too, but she's a mama's girl. Me and Dealey are like this. So it's just kind of like that. And I guess Bo, he loves me and Sean, but he's always really loved Gabe. And when Gabe stays the night with us, or stays, every other weekend, Bo has to stay in his room. So it's just kind of one of those things. But, oh, I can hear her in there barking. It's probably Bo outside barking. I sent him out to go play for a little while on the cable. He likes to go outside and lay in the yard for a while. He's our grumpy old man. He's the oldest. But thanks, y'all, for putting up with that. That always gets me so emotional thinking about when we lost Barbie, because it just hurt so bad. But there was good out of it. It was bittersweet because I lost my Barbie, but sweet because I got my Dealey. And like I said, she really filled the void. And we tried to do training with her. We were going to go all the way because she's super, super smart. And I kind of wanted her to be my emotional support dog too. But we started training at PetSmarts over in Conway, and the guy, I do not recommend them. The guy is no good. He was the most horrible trainer I've ever seen in my life. And she went through one training class and got her certificate, and we had started the next training for her, which was the intermediate. And he was horrible and just got worse. So I called and complained and told the manager, and we were given the rest of our money back of the classes that we didn't attend. So they reimbursed us. So I don't recommend them, and I couldn't afford any other trainings at the time, but I've still thought about it. And if I can win my disability case, when and if, and I'm knocking on wood and praying when the day comes that we will win it, I'd like to get her back in some training for me, and I'll be able to pay for some things like that, so so if y'all keep praying too for me to win this disability and get that, it's going to help my family out too. And maybe then I can get her some extra training. And so, because she's, like I said, she's super smart, and she's already my baby. Like I said, she's a mama's girl. She loves Sean, she loves Gabe, but she's a mama's girl, and she loves her mama and loves to be near me. And I can hear her barking now. She's probably heard me say her name or something, but dogs have super duper hearing. But anyway, so that's a little bit of the story on that, a little bit of the past and some of my babies. But I'm going to get it off the heavy for a little bit and read off of our page. Let's see. Facebook notifications. I'm going to look at them right now. I still got lots of stuff to do today. once I'm done.
Cruise coconut cake bake.
Whoop. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, I had put a Christmas coconut cake recipe on our Pink Ladies Club page. So if you guys like to cook too or bake, that recipe's on our page for the Pink Ladies Club. And then I always put some stuff on here. Let me take a little drink of this. Mouth and throat were a little dry. Okay. Empaths and old souls walk this earth as quiet healers, carrying ancient wisdom with their hearts through spiritual awakening. They remember the forgotten truths, peeling away the illusions of the world until only love, light, and eternal soul remain. I love that. As an empath, I really love that because it's just so spot on. And then I always do like some little good night thing, so y'all might see me tell y'all good night on the page or good morning, but see it says have a magical night, which I love the moon and the stars, so that spoke to me. Now this was posted by A Journey of the Heart, Healing the Body, Mind, and Soul, and they posted this and I put it on our page. And it says, may you fall asleep tonight knowing that you are loved, valued, and appreciated. May your dreams be sweet, and may you wake up feeling renewed and refreshed. Oops, excuse me. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to pause this for just a moment. Go see what's going on, and I will start it up again. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to let Bo back in. He was just laying in the yard, but I don't know if he barked or something. He Dealey heard him and she was barking. I don't know, but it should be quieter now. So, I was reading you guys some of this. This one might be a longer episode today, but I was going to see if I had another good one I could read, y'all. Okay. It says, I hope you find comfort that is soft as a blanket. I hope you find peace that's like a long, cool sigh. I hope you find grace that holds you gently in your hardest moments. Sending beams of love to all the brave hopers. I like that. So, but I thought I'd read y'all a few little things off our page. And y'all can always message me, private message me if you want to chat. Crystal with a K on Facebook. Middle name Renee, R-E-N-E-E. Vines, V as in Victor, I-N-E-S on Facebook. And then we've got our Pink Ladies Club page, and it's just the Pink Ladies Club, and y'all will see it. We've got, I think, 55 members the last time I checked, so woohoo, go Pink Ladies. So, anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I hope you can relate to it. Maybe some of y'all have lost a pet that was special, and you can relate to that or still having those emotions. I mean, if she had lived, she would have been 4 years old in September, so it's just hard sometimes. But like I said, I got my Dealey Doo. She just turned 2 November the 1st, so she's getting to be my big girl. And like I said, she really filled a hole in our hearts, so she's a very special girl. So I just love my babies so much, all of them. From Bo, then I've got Belladonna Rose. That's my little Chewini. Also Stevie Nicks song, Belladonna Rose, but I call her Bella or Bells. I also like Twilight, so Bella. Then we've got Elsa. She was named from Frozen. She's our Pyrenees. Then I've got my Dealey Doodle, my Dealey Ann. Then I've got my Annabelle Lee now, so we've got our 5. It's kind of crazy, but I love each and every one. They've got really great personalities, so maybe some of y'all out there have got some pets and you can really relate to that. So, anyway, but I hope y'all have a really good rest of your afternoon. and get some things accomplished. Spread love and joy. Try to spread peace and happiness where you go. I always say I like to talk to people some. I always like to be friendly to the waitresses that come bring your food and to the people that check you out in the stores, because you never know what they're going through in their life, and a smile and a kind word might really just make their day just that much more magical and good for them in a day that may have been horrible to start out with. So I always try to think about that and how I would want to be treated, and just, you know, staying in someone else's shoes a little bit and maybe how they would be feeling. So I always just try to do that and be kind and considerate to others. So I guess with that being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about today. Thank you all for letting me open up my heart and share about losing one of my babies. So it's still kind of, even after, 2 years or so, it's still been just hard to, I'll think about that dog sometimes. And she does have a memorial place outside. Sean made a beautiful grave, so I still try to go visit. But during the summer, it kind of gets overgrown. But he's going to get out there and try to get that cleaned up now that it's fall and all that is dying off. And try to get it clear where I can get out there or bring some flowers or put something down for her. She wasn't just a dog. She was one of my kids, so... But anyway, thanks for letting me share. And, before I let y'all go, I did go to Hobby Lobby. They had 50% on almost all of their jewelry making stuff, and y'all know me. So this charm, I'm going to make a really pretty necklace for my mother-in-law for Christmas. So that's going to be the pendant part. And I've got some really beautiful beads that should match all this and kind of go with. So I'm going to make her a really pretty necklace too as one of her Christmas gifts. One of them. So then I found some little, I'm going to make some earrings out of these to sell. So these will actually be for sale. But one of the hearts says, you make it beat faster. And then like the little EKG on this one. So I'm going to make some earrings out of this. So when I get those made and posted, those will be for sale. And let's see. I also got some more, like a packet of 2 where I could make like a couple more keychains to sell. So anyway, I just enjoy making jewelry too. That's a lot of fun, and it's fun to try to sell some of it. It's fun to make it for me, and it's fun to make some presents and gifts too. So it's just a good thing. It's a creative outlet for me. So, but thank you all so much for following. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate the following and the listening, and hopefully a lot of what I'm talking about resonates with you guys too, and hopefully you can identify with some of those things, or maybe you've got that going on in your life too, or you have a story kind of heart-wrenching as mine was, and we just can all reach out and talk to each other. And if you ever want a message or get to know me or just have somebody to talk to, I'm always around. I'll carry my phone and message while I'm cleaning or cooking or doing something or making jewelry. So I'm here, y'all. Just reach out and I'm here. So y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.